जय 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 गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय जय।
पीतांबर सोहे हरिमणि मुकुट नयन रत्नारे। लंबोदर
पीतांबर सोहे हरिमणि मुकुट नयन रत्नारे। गजमणि माल गले बिज सोहे गजमणि माल गले बिज सोहे। भाल लाल में चंद्र कलावे गणपति विघ्न विनाशन हारी। गणपति विघ्न विनाशन हारी गणपति विघ्न विनाशन हारी। गणपति विघ्न विनाशन हारी। गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय 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 गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय जय। मोदक लेत देत जननी जब तुम चलत नहूर झनकारे। मोदक लेत देत जननी जब तुम चलत नहूर झनकारे। रिद्धि सिद्धि दो चमर दुलावत रिद्धि सिद्धि दो चमर दुलावत। सुर समूह गति होत सुखावे गणपति विघ्न विनाशन हारी। गणपति विघ्न विनाशन हारी गणपति विघ्न विनाशन हारी। गणपति विघ्न विनाशन हारी। गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय 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 गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय 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 गणेश जय गणपति जय 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 गणेश जय गणपति जय जय।
Not bad.
Thank you.
Keep singing. Keep singing.
सभी लोग अपने स्थान पर खड़े हो जाएं। ओम हरि ओम मा भद्रम कर्णे शृणुयाम देवा भद्रं पश्येम सविर्जजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गे तुष्टवागुं सस्तनो विवसेमहि देवहितं यदायुः शतमिन्नु शरदो हन्ति देव यत्रा नश्चक्रा जरसन्तनो नाम पुत्रासो यत्र पितरो भवन्ति मानो मदीयारीरिक्ता युर्गन्तोः आदितिर्द्योरदितिरन्तरिक्षमधृतिं माता स पिता स पुत्रः विश्वे देवा अदितिः पञ्चजना अदितिर्जातमदितिर्जनित्वम् द्योः शान्तिरन्तरिक्षं शान्तिः पृथिवी शान्तिरापः शान्तिरोषधयः शान्तिः वनस्पतयः शान्तिर्विश्वे देवाः शान्ति ब्रह्म शान्तिः सर्वगुण शान्तिः शान्तिरेव शान्तिः सामा शान्तिरेधि विश्वानि देव सवितर्दुरितानि परासुव यद्भद्रं तन्नासुव। ॐ गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। अज्ञानातिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकयः चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमो ब्रह्मण्यदेवाय गोब्राह्मणहिताय च जगद्धिताय कृष्णाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। व्यासाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वे ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। ॐ माल्यादीनि सुगन्धीनि माल्यत्यादीनि वे प्रभो मया हितानि पुष्पाणि पूजार्थं प्रतिगृह्यतां पुष्पमालिकां समर्पयामि। हरिः ॐ मा चन्द्रमा मनसो जातचक्षुः सूर्यो अजायतः श्रोत्वाद्वायुष्य प्राणस्य मुखादग्निरजायतः। ॐ गन्धद्वारां दुरादर्शां नित्यपुष्टां करीषिणीं ईश्वरीं सर्वभूतानां तामयोपवेश्रियं सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोऽस्तुते। जयन्ती मङ्गला काली भद्रकाली कपालिनी दुर्गा क्षमा शिवा धात्री स्वाहा स्वधा नमस्तुते। जय त्वं देवी चामुण्डे जय भूत्यार्तिहारिणी जय सर्वगते देवी कालरात्रि नमस्तुते। ॐ या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शक्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु मातृरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। ॐ देवी प्रपन्नातिहरे प्रसीद प्रसीद मातर्जगतोऽखिलस्य प्रसीद
त्वमेश्वरी देवी चराचरस्य शरणागतदीनार्तपरित्राणपरायणे सर्वस्यार्तिहरे देवी नारायणी नमोऽस्तुते। नमोऽस्तुते व्यासविशालबुद्धे फुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारत तैलपूर्ण प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमय प्रदीप। बोलिए व्यास जी महाराज की जय।
एक दो समझो ओम जय श्यामा गौरी। बोलो सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वत वासिनी, सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वत वासिनी, तेरा पार न पाया, तेरा पार न पाया। शक्ति माता की जय। सभी लोग आसन लीजिए। Everyone please be seated. मन शांति, हाथ जोड़कर गणपति देवता का ध्यान। Everyone please be seated. Focus our minds upon the divine in the form of Ganesh. Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Om Shri
Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswati Namaha. Om Shri Guru Charan Kamale Bhyo Namaha.
गणपति देवता का ध्यान। वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। गजाननं भूतगणाधिसेवितं कपितजम्बूफलचारुभक्षणम् उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारकं नमामि विघ्नेश्वरि पादपङ्कजम्। नमामि विघ्नेश्वर पादपङ्कजम्। सुमुखश्च एकदन्तश्च कपिलो गजकर्णकः लम्बोदरक्ष विक्तो विघ्नाशो विनायकः धूमकेतुर्गणाधाक्षो बालचन्द्रो गजाननः द्वादशैतानि नामानि यापते यादति विद्यारम्भे विवाहे च प्रवेश रामे संकटे जयवा विघ्न तस्य न जायते विघ्न तस्य न जायते। गणपति देवता की जय। Now we'll have Ganesh Bhajan.
I'll sing that. प्यारा सजा है।
गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन। शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन, शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन, शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन, शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन। गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन। सिद्धि सदन गजवदन विनायक, सिद्धि सदन गजवदन विनायक, सिद्धि सदन गजवदन विनायक, सिद्धि सदन गजवदन विनायक। कृपा सिंधु सुंदर सबलायक, कृपा सिंधु सुंदर सबलायक। गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन। शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन, शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन, शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन, शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन। गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन। मोदक प्रिय मुद मंगल दाता, मोदक प्रिय मुद मंगल दाता, मोदक प्रिय मुद मंगल दाता, मोदक प्रिय मुद मंगल दाता। विद्या वारिधि भूति दाता, विद्या वारिधि भूति दाता। गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन। शंकर सुवन मांगत तुलसीदास कर जोरे, मांगत तुलसीदास कर जोरे, बसई राम सिय मानस मोरे, बसई राम सिय मानस मोरे। गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन, शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन, शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन, शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन। गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन।
गणपति देवता की जय। We continue to glorify the divine in the form of Shakti Ma. सर्वमंगलमांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी
नारायणी नमोस्तुते।
या देवी सर्वभूतेषु बुद्धिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै नमस्तस्यै
नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः।
या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शक्तिरूपेण
संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः।
या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शान्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः। शक्ति माता की
जय।
And now we'll have bhajan dedicated to the Divine Mother, offered by Jasmine. Jasmine. Take your time, find your space. I've got it there. You good with that? That's your work? Sing it. Chorus. जय जय माँ, 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 जय
भवन निराला
पवन निराला मैया भवन निराला
भवन निराला मैया भवन निराला
भवन निराला मैया भवन निराला
भवन निराला मैया भवन निराला
आगे शीशन भरी संसार भवानी
शीश नवाय संसार भवानी
प्यारा सजाए तेरा द्वार भवानी
प्यारा सजा है तेरा द्वार भवानी भक्तों की है कतार भवानी
भक्तों की लगी है कतार भवानी
प्यारा सजा तेरा द्वार भवानी
प्यारा सजाए तेरा द्वार भवानी जगमग जगमग ज्योत जगे है
जगमग जगमग ज्योत जगे है
ज्योत जगे है मैया ज्योत जगे है
ज्योत जगे है मैया ज्योत जगे है
जो तेरे चरणों में गंगा की धार भवानी
चरणों में गंगा की धार भवानी
प्यारा सजाए तेरा द्वार भवानी
प्यारा सजा है तेरा द्वार भवानी
भक्तों लाल चुनरिया राने रान चूड़ा
लाल चुनरिया लाल लाल चूड़ा
लाल चुनरिया राने रान चूड़ा
लाल चुनरिया लाल लाल चूड़ा
लाल लाल चूड़ा मैया राने रान चूड़ा
लाल लाल चूड़ा मैया लाल लाल चूड़ा
लाल फूलों के सोने हर भवानी
लाल फूलों के सोने हार भवानी
प्यारा सजाए तेरा द्वार भवानी
प्यारा सजा है तेरा द्वार भवानी
घर में भरती झोली खारी
फल में भरती झोली खाली
घर में भरती झोली खारी
फल में भरती झोली खाली
झोली खारी मैया झोली खारी
झोली खाली मैया झोली खाली
तेरी खुली दया की भंडार भवानी
फूले दया के बंधार भवानी
प्यारा सजाए तेरा द्वार भवानी
प्यारा सजा है तेरा द्वार भवानी
भक्तों की लगी है कतार भवानी
भक्तों की लगी है कतार भवानी
प्यारा सजाए तेरा द्वार भवानी
प्यारा सजा है तेरा द्वार भवानी
भक्तों की लगी है कतार भवानी
भक्तों की लगी है कतार भवानी। शक्ति माता की जय।
Check. बस.
जय जय माँ, जय माँ, जय जय माँ, जय माँ।
सभी लोग गाइए.
जय जय माँ, जय माँ, 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 जय जय माँ, जय निर्मल मन कर दे, प्रेम तुल कर दे। ओ निर्मल मन कर दे, प्रेम तुल कर दे। ओ निर्मल मन कर दे, प्रेम तुल कर दे। निर्मल मन कर दे, प्रेम तुल कर दे। सबकी सब मति हो, ऐसा हमको वर दे, वर दे, वर दे, वर दे, वर दे, वर दे, वर दे। वर दे, वर दे, वर दे, वर दे। दीनवादनी वर दे। जय माँ, जय माँ, जय जय माँ, जय माँ। सत्यमयी तू है, ज्ञानमयी तू है, ओ सत्यमयी तू है, ज्ञानमयी तू है, सत्यमयी तू है, ज्ञानमयी तू है,
सत्यमयी तू है, ज्ञानमयी तू है, प्रेममयी भी है।
हम बच्चों को वर दे, 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 वीण माधवी वर दे,
वर दे, वर दे,
वर दे, वीण माधवी वर दे। जय जय माँ, जय माँ, 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 जय जय माँ, जय माँ। वर दे, वर दे, वर दे, वीण वादनी वर दे।
Shakti Mata ki Jai. Let me take this opportunity to once again welcome each and every one of you. This is the fourth night of Navratri. For the first 3 nights, we have glorified the Divine Mother in the form of Shakti Ma, Durga Ma. Commencing tonight, we give reverence to the Divine Mother in the form of Lakshmi Mata. So tonight our discourse will be on who is Lakshmi, what is the value, what does she mean, how do she relate, how do we connect, and why do we have this entity called Lakshmi. First, we ask everyone to focus our minds as we contemplate the Divine Mother. हाथ जोड़कर मन ध्यान करो. ॐ हिरण्यवर्णां हरिणीं सुवर्णरजतस्रजां चन्द्रां हिरण्यहीं लक्ष्मी जातवेदो महावः ताम आवजात वेदो लक्ष्मीमनपगामिनी यस्यां हिरण्यबिन्देयं गामश्वं पुरुषानहं ताम आवजात वेदो लक्ष्मीमनपगामिनी यस्यां हिरण्यबिन्देयं गामश्वं पुरुषानहं. ओम श्री लक्ष्मी माता की जय. In glorifying the Divine Mother, we open the statement Hiranya Varanam. Hiranya means like gold or golden. Hiranya Varanam, that, oh Mother, you appear to us like you are gold, you have the color of gold. Hiranya Varanam Harinim. That Harinim translates into the feminine beauty. You are appearance of gold and you have the beauty of a beautiful woman. Hiranya varanam harinim suvarana rajatascha. That it seems that you're totally embellished with gold. When we hear such things, we think of the literal gold. We think of the gold that we all know. Here, in philosophical terms and poetic terms, this means that which glows, that which emanates a certain energy, an aura. Around our murtis, if you look at the heads, there is a decoration behind the head. That decoration is supposed to represent aura, the energy that is emanating from that glow. When you see a picture of a divine entity, in all faith groups, you will see there is this aura around them. We, science agrees, it is a known fact that we all emanate energy. We generate energy constantly, and if you stand close enough to someone, you'll feel the heat from their bodies. When you touch them, you may feel their warmth. But if you stay close to them, there is always energy emanating from us. Energy that's emanating from the divine form crystallize her to such a point that she looks as if solid gold, that she is solid gold. So the poet is describing this to us, that when you see her and you can appreciate her, you will appreciate the energy emanating from her that's powerful, as more pure than gold itself. He goes on to explain, Chandram hiranyahi lakshmi. Chandrama is the moon. Now, hiranyahim. Again, the word hiranya is again meaning gold, but it's saying, you know, we have the full moon, it glows like the full moon. The bright, have you ever seen the moon when it looks golden? So the description is to give you an appreciation of that which is so magnificent in its beauty, that is compared to the moon, it's compared to gold, it's compared to the beauty of a feminine being. We believe that the feminine posture and the feminine being is the most beautiful, of course, more beautiful than men, of course, right? But the point is, when we talk about beauty, we think of women. And when we talk about embellishing that beauty, we think of the moon. Chandrama is compared to the female, and the female to the moon, projecting beauty and energy. Shakti Mata ki jai. Jata Vedo Mahava. Jata Vedo is relevant to Agni. What else glows and is beautiful and bright? Fire. A burning flame in a dark place is the most beautiful thing you can see. It's like a star glowing in the night. It's like the moon. So the poet is describing to us everything that has beauty, Lakshmi represents. The moon, the fire, the gold. She is all of these things when it comes to appearance and beauty. Lakshmi Mata ki jai. He goes on to tell us, Tam avajat vedo Lakshmi manapagamini. Again, in this prayer, he said, I'm inviting you that you are that sacrificial fire that we call Agin Devata. That we can make offerings unto you. You receive our offerings. Lakshmi manapagamini. And you are that flame that never goes away. Lakshmi manapagamini. That it means you're forever, you're everlasting. The beauty of the moon never goes away. In my lifetime it's beautiful. In everyone's lifetime prior to me it was beautiful. In our lifetime after that it was beautiful. She is everlasting in this, not the beauty, but what she represents. It is consistent, it is never decaying, it is always consistent. Yashyam hiranya vindeyam. Hiranyam, again, hiran meaning gold. Yashyam hiranya vindeyam. Gamashvam purushanam. And he says, with her blessings, Gamashvam. That is cattle, horses, and animals. One will be blessed. Purushanaham. You'll be blessed to have these, and you will have Purush, progeny, children. Now, if one considers that this mantra would have been written today by someone, they would very likely say you would have Mercedes Benz and Lexus and electric cars, and you'll have children. But when it was written, the mode of transportation and wealth was having cattle and horses and elephants. So you will have lots of cattle, horses, and elephants if you're blessed, meaning you will be well endowed. And you will have progeny, children will come into your life. Now, is children a good thing? Some people say it's not good to have children. They're troublesome. But here it is, progeny means the perpetuation of the human race. If everybody stop having children, then after about 100 years, there'll be no more human beings. We'll all be gone. So marriage is supposed to be, one of the reasons is for progeny, to bring new beings into the world. Unless we reach a point whereby they will just turn a switch on and a new baby will be created every day. And they'll have a quantity that says we'll create new babies 100 every day. But we haven't reached there yet. And I don't think we'll ever reach there. So the poet is telling us that one who relates to this Divine Mother, one who has faith in this Divine Mother, one can be blessed that all things, cattle, horses, and progeny, which was considered to be wealthy. You know, in the Kanyadan ceremony, or actually in the Vada Puja, when there's a wedding ceremony, the Vishnu Puja, the groom becomes Vishnu Bhagwan, or he's treated like Vishnu Bhagwan. The bride's father bestows upon him all of the offerings that one will bestow upon Vishnu. One reason, because the father is saying, my daughter is Lakshmi, and only Vishnu can marry Lakshmi. So he bestows upon him all of the traditions of Vishnu, and then he gives him Gaudan. The first gift that is given by the father to the groom is a milking cow. But we don't have that anymore. Today they give them a Lexus or a BMW. As such, in those days, to get a milking cow, you're ready to start your family. There'll be milk, there'll be gobar for nurturing the plants, and there'll be gobar to repair the floor. So as such, you're ready to go. Milk, you can make kheer, dahi, and all of these things you can make. So it was saying, I'm giving you the beginning for sustenance. Similarly, we're saying, the Divine Mother is called Lakshmi Ma, the giver of wealth. What is wealth? From the materialist point of view, from the materialistic point of view, the wealth is the dollars we have in the bank, our cars, and our possession, our land, and so on. But let's talk for a moment and think about the other wealth. Is there any other wealth than those materialistic wealth? Now, some people say, you know, your greatest wealth is your good looks. Some of the ladies think that is the greatest wealth. And they spend more money nurturing that wealth, and the men also. You know, there are body shops now, right, for men more than women. Did you know that? There's more money being spent, and by the way, during COVID, the cosmetic business went down flat. There was no sales, lipsticks were not selling, and none of the cosmetics were selling. Is the sales popped up back again now? I don't know.
Probably.
Jasmine, probably? Probably back up. But during that time, men's cosmetic sales went up. This is facts, statistics. Shakti Mata ki Jai. I want to talk a little bit about this spiritual wealth. First of all, if we look at ourselves and we ask the question, what is the greatest possession that I have? Benji, Shanti, please. If you have to move, do not talk. Thank you. If we look at ourselves and we ask the question, what is the most valuable possession that we have? It is life. Because without that, there's nothing. Then what is second to our life? Anybody tell me? What is the next wealth that we possess other than having life itself? Family? Okay. Family? What else? Health? Okay. So we have life, health, and family. Family brings trouble, you know. That's not the wealth. Okay. Achha. So we have light, health. What else? What's the next?
The way we live, the way we choose to live,
Where we choose to live,
how we choose to live.
how we choose to live. That's our wealth. Okay. So let's back up again. We have life. We have health. What else do we need now? Wisdom, like you have in your wisdom tooth? Or? Say it again.
Knowledge.
We need knowledge. So we have life, we have health, we have knowledge. What else? What's the next on the pole of wealth? What is it?
Strength and integrity.
We have what?
Strength and integrity.
Well, we already talked about health. So strength and integrity. Maybe integrity is another wealth. Our mode of thinking. But where does faith fit into all of this? Is that a wealth? Is it wealthy to have faith in God? Now let me go back. Life is given to us as a gift from God. Health and well-being is given to us as a gift from God. Intelligence is given to us as a gift from God. Faith is also granted us. So what do we do to get wealthy? The only things we get wealthy about is the materialistic wealth. But the others are given to us. It says, take it, it's yours. But the other one we have to work hard for. We will fight each other, we will kill each other. We will torment each other. But for the first, nothing is to be done. Bhagavan says, go live, health, well-being, have intellect, and go forth. And these are the wealths that we take for granted. We spend all our life trying to look after the materialistic wealth, and rarely do we have in our calendar, let me look after the wealth that was given to me as a gift. This breath of life, this health and well-being, this intellect, this integrity, and this faith. Where is it in our agenda of our day do we spend time to nurture those gifts? We polish our gold, we invest our money, we buy more cattle, we buy more elephants, more horses, we buy more BMWs. We are focused on that, but these basic things. But by the way, what happens if we lose our health and well-being? No money in the world can save us. What happens if we lose our intellect? We suffer from Alzheimer's. No money in the world can help us. None of our cattle, horses, or BMWs can save us from that. And if the breath of life is taken away, then we're nothing. But yet we spend all of our lives glorifying that aspect of the Lakshmi, the materialist aspect, failing to pay any attention to the spiritual gift that we have received, not realizing that without those spiritual gifts, we can acquire only zero in the others. So during these 3 nights of worship to the Divine Mother, I'm appealing to everyone to reflect in our lives and ask the question, how thankful am I for this life that I have? How thankful am I for the health and well-being? Even if I have an illness, I must be thankful that I am still I am. You know, one great statesman from the United States, John F. Kennedy, said, show me a man who complains he doesn't have any shoes to wear, and I will show you a man who says, I don't have any food to eat. Show me a man who says, I don't have any food to eat, and I'll show you a man who says he doesn't have any place to stay. Everybody is lacking something, and everybody wants something more. So it is when we think that we are not in the best shape, or we think we are in the best shape, those are materialistic. There is always someone better or lesser. But when we compare ourselves from the gift of life, the health and well-being, the intellect, and the faith in God, we're all given an equal state when we start off. If our health and well-being deteriorates, something within this materialistic world. If our faith in God deteriorates, it is our lack of faith in God. No one else's effort. Thus, when we pray to the Divine Mother Lakshmi over these 3 nights, we are asking her to recalibrate our faith. We have it, by the way. Those of you who work in machinery, you know, after you use it for a while, it loses its efficiency. So you have to stop it, recalibrate it, and make it that it perfected. When it cuts the paper, it cuts it precisely. Just imagine if you get a $100 bill and it's cut with the edge kind of slanted. You will want to know if it's counterfeit. So everyone has to be cut precisely. That's called calibration of the equipment that cuts it. From time to time, they calibrate it. We need to recalibrate our intellect. Sometimes we start thinking a little negatively because something happened in our lives, and then we move down the negative pathway. And we never come back because we never recalibrate. When the machine is out of line, someone says, okay, this machine is not working well, let's recalibrate so it's in line and it works better again. When do we recalibrate our mind to think positively? When we were young, we were always thankful to our mom and dad. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Dad. You're so sweet. I love you. You give me everything. When we become 5 years old, we stop thanking We stop thanking Mom and Dad. And now, it's my house. It's my car. It's not my mother's car anymore, not my father's car. Children take possession much earlier these days. You notice that? And then suddenly, they don't love Mom and Dad anymore. Bye. Yo, whoa, Mom. Yo, give me a finger. It's not, I love you, Mom, or namaste. No, we've lost that. So that's why we need to recalibrate and say, hey, come back here. Let's recalibrate again. You know, you're leaving home. Can I, hug you? Let's be nice to each other. Take care. Be loving. Bye, Mom. I got to go. I'm busy. Does that happen in your home also? I notice some children are smiling at their parents right now because it's real. So what does Lakshmi have to do with all of this? That bliss of that intellect, that love. More important than anything else, the most precious gem that we have is prem, pyar, mohabbat. By the way, all of that means love. In English, there's only one word. Okay? But each time we want to get rich in this area. We want to get rich, not to receive love, by the way, but to give love. All of us want to be loved. But are we loving? Wealth is only wealth if we can give it. If you're only receiving it, it has very little value. If you take all of your precious gems and you put it in your vault and you don't take it out, it has the value, but it has no value. Isn't it amazing? We spend money on the most precious things, but we see it once in a year. We take it out, we look at it. I will tell you a true story. In 1969, I was working in a bank in New York. It's on Fifth Avenue. It's called the Dry Dock Savings Bank, and I think it's still there. And I have the opportunity to be a teller. And I think in those days, we used to give monthly interest. It was a month-to-month interest, and you would bring your bank book in, and we'll post the interest. And in those days, in 1969, it was automated banking system. Canada has not reached that, did not reach at that time. And automated bank, that means it was calculated automatically, not you had to manually sit down and calculate. So every month end, the bank is crowded, and all old people, all of these old ladies are coming with their bank book to update for the interest. And there was one lady who would do something very unique. She would update the interest, then she will ask me, how much is it? And I'll tell her. She'll make out the withdrawal slip and withdraw all of the interest she's received. And by the way, it used to be a sizable sum because she had quite a chunk of money in the bank. By the way, in those days, I think the banks would insure you up to $100,000. If you had more than, by the way, I'm sure all of you know this, that if you have money in your savings account, many people don't know this, if the bank should lose all the money, they're only insuring up to a certain amount in your savings account. So check that out for those people who have lots more money than that. So the bank was only insuring, I think, $100,000. And this lady had way beyond that. So her interest was really a chunk. And by the way, in those days, interest rate was 7 and 8% or 10% on returns. So you can imagine, and she will cash this money, and I will have to give her in cash. And she will take it and go to the desk. She'll spend about 5 minutes and come back and deposit this money into the account. Now, I happen to be the teller that she likes. She will always line up and come to me because she said, you look so young, you look so handsome, on a lad. And she would make me, and I was a young boy, feeling very nice, she's like a mother. But then one day I says, ma'am, every month you come and you update your bank book and you withdraw the money and you put it back in the bank. Why? She says, you know, I don't have any family. And my children, and she just shakes her head. So it's the only way I get to feel my money and touch it. Some of us have wealth that we can only feel and touch. It really has no value. If it is not utilized by those we love, then it is valueless. Now that is a true story. There are many of us who have everything in the world, but we have no love. Not that we're not receiving any love, we're not very giving in love. You know, I must tell you, when I sent out the message for Navratri this year, some of you might have received it on a WhatsApp. Anybody here remember receiving my Navratri message? Good. I want you to know that in the message that I sent out, I said, you know, that Navratri is the time that when, if you were lonely, hamaya khele, hamaya dure, you may feel lonely and empty. And then someone's called me back and said, Panditji, you might be insulting people who are having a good time. I said, really? Why would they be insulted because I talk about loneliness? Because they will be, the person said, well, you know, they're having a good time, so why would you talk about loneliness and emptiness? So then why would they be offended? You see, sometimes we interpret things to please ourselves based on our mode and nature. We do not interpret for what it's meant for. The statement was meant for those, all of us, if there's a human being who did not feel incomplete and lonely at one time in their life, they're not alive. And as such, the poets and the saints and sages are telling us that all of the wealth that we may acquire through the blessings of Mahalakshmi have zero value if we do not apply it in a meaningful way. And that wealth of love, seek out the opportunity to give love. Not to say, I love you, and huggy, and kissy, love. No, no, no. By doing, by giving, by understanding, by forgiving, by appreciating, by caring. Yehi prem. Now, last night, we chanted briefly this bhajan and these boys sang it today. Let us review this bhajan once again. Sang this bhajan earlier. Varde, Varde, Varde. Varde kya matlab hai? Bless me. What kind of blessings do you want from the Divine Mother? Other than horses, cattle, land, BMWs? What else do we want? Some young boy will say, I want a nice girlfriend. Some young girl will say, I want a nice boyfriend. Some married lady will say, I want a nice husband. Some married man will say, I want a nice wife. We all have a different desire pattern and everything. But we're saying, bless me, mother, bless me. So ask yourself this question. If the Divine Mother came out and said, okay, what do you want? You have one chance. Ask one time only. In your mind, what will it be? Let's hope it's this.
निर्मल मन कर दे प्रेम तुल कर दे
ओ निर्मल मन कर दे
प्रेम तुल कर दे
Nirmala man. Mother, bless me with a pure mind. Now what can I do with that? Would you ask for that? You say, so I got a pure mind, what am I going to do? Oh, I have a good mind, Panditji, I'm a pure person. But you still want more money. You still want what your neighbors have. You want more than them. That's not a pure mind. That's a mind that's convoluted and full of desires. A pure mind is zero desire, only. Now, let me give you the difference between desire and need. We need to eat food that has nutritional value. But some of us have a desire to go to Chuck E. Cheese or KFC or whichever. That's the desire. But the need for food is nutritional. And you could get that nutritional value from some very simple food, bland food. But there is desire and need. I need to live in this world. And I desire to have a 3-story building backing on the lake shore with a long beach and a pool in the front yard. Now all of us, I have that dream too, by the way, except I want just a bungalow. Just 2 feet of sand in the front, that's okay. But then it's an impossible dream. But yes, we all dream, it's okay to dream, but what is the reality? What are my needs? Someone said, a wealth is family. And that is so beautiful. But you know, if you have this family, and if you cannot satisfy the laws of Maslow, how many of you know about Abraham Maslow? Put your hands up, please. Anybody? Good. Abraham Maslow talks about the hierarchy of needs. And he says in this hierarchy of needs, if you have a big family and you cannot provide for them, there is great misery. The first need, according to Abraham Maslow, is the physiological needs. I need water, food, clothing, shelter. When I have those things, then I progress to the psychological needs. Then I want to be loved. I want to belong. I want to give love. What am I talking about? This love. It's a basic human need. And if we have it and cannot share it, then it's just like we do not have water and food and we are starving. Actually, it's worse than that. Because if we have water and food and clothing and shelter, and we have no love to give, then we are daridata. We are truly poor. Although the cupboards are full, the driveway is filled with cars, money's in the bank, but there's no love as such. We are the poorest of the poor. When we pray to the Divine Mother Lakshmi, we're saying, Ma, help me not to be this poor. Help me to grow in my love. Help me to rise above my natural instinct of negativity and greed and avarice and animosity and jealousy. Reduce these things and then my love will grow. And when that grows, I will be wealthy.
मेरा मन बड़ा चंचल है कैसे तेरा भजन करूं मेरा मन बड़ा चंचल है कैसे तेरा भजन करूं
But the problem is, we know we want to love. We know we want to give. Man bara chanchal hai. We are influenced by what he said, they said, she said, what is, and said, no, I don't have to do that anymore. Because my mind is, finicky. One day I care, the next day I don't care, and my caring is not consistent. Just imagine the sun says that this morning when I rise, I will not shine on that house. I will not shine on that house because they didn't pray to me yesterday. So I'm not going to shine on them. But when he rises, Ehi Suryo Sahasransho Tejo Rasho Jagatpate Anukampayamang Deva Grihanargyam Namostute Grihanargyam Namostute Surya Narayan Bhagavan ki Jai. Ehi Suryo Sahasransho Tejo Rasho Jagatpate. You're the father of this entire world because you treat everyone equally like your children. When you rise, you glow equally upon everyone. But some of us may be blocked out of the sunshine, not because of the sun not shining, because there are dark clouds hanging over us. And although the sun is shining bright, we are dark. Because the dark clouds is a cloud that is in our minds. The clouds of anger, greed, animosity, that makes that even the sunshine does not bring value to us. I mentioned last night about people getting married and giving them the opportunity at the final stages when they get the Ashirvad and we do Surya Darshan, the bride and groom have to pray to Surya Narayan Bhagavan. I mentioned this last night, and for those of you, how many of you were here last night? Hath utaiye. If you were here last night, come on, high up in here. Only 10 people. So everybody needs to hear the story then. So, in the final stage of the marriage, I will usually ask the groom, and this is tradition, to take his right hand and place it on the body of the bride over her heart. 99% of the time, he puts it in the wrong place. He does not show where her heart is. He's standing in front of her, so he puts it on her right hand side. Then he said, no, no. And then he said, oh yes. And then I said to him, close your eyes. What do you close your eyes? Mama Bratedayam Dadami. In the mantra we chant, basically says that, oh God, you have given us these blessings of Vivah Sanskar. Let us, although we are separated by physical beings, let us be connected at all time mentally. And then I say to them, we are going to pray to the sun. And if they're in the mandir for some time, there's some small weddings that are conducted in the mandir, I will point them to Surya Narayan Bhagavan. And I say, you see the sun? I want you to pray to the sun. But let me ask you, bride, and think carefully before you answer the question. Who is, at this moment, who is the sunshine of your life? And then she would smile, and then she would look up, him. She's not talking about the sun, she's talking about her husband, the groom. And then I asked the groom, and he says, her. So I said, okay, so you're each other's sunshine. And they smile, and everybody give them a... Then I said, remember, don't blame the sun that when it doesn't shine, that's why you're unhappy. Because your sunshine doesn't depend on the sun. It depends upon the sun that's shining in your heart for each other. Not because it got dark outside, because you lost your job, or you lost your education, or you lost your family, or you lost something. It's dark outside, so there must be darkness in my mind. No. This again is Lakshmi. Lakshmi is, do not remove herself. She's consistent. So we must learn how to nurture this Lakshmi. You know, all of us, or most of us, will light a diya in our homes in the morning when we do puja. Today, maybe we turn on our light. In the days when I grew up, that light had to be burned 24 hours a day. It never stopped. And the batti had to be made in such a way that it will be nurtured. 24, again, Devata never stopped. Havan is constantly. But of course, those days are gone. Now we live in a modern day world where it's not, we use an electric light, or maybe we get color candles. But when we light that light, and we pray to it in the morning, and we are saying, Lakshmi karoti kalyanam arogyam sukha sampadam mama satru vinashaya deepa jyoti namastute. I bow to you the light. Why am I bowing to the light in the morning? There was a time also when 6 a.m. the light would be turned off because the sunshine will come in. And then 6 p.m. the light will be turned on, depending which part of the world you lived in. In the country that I grew up in, it got dark like instantly after 6 o'clock. So you must turn on the lights, and then the sun was up 5:13 right in your face. So you didn't need any lights on. So it was okay to turn off at 6 and turn on at 6. Why is it that we pray to the light when we turn it on in the evening? Deepa Jyoti knows today, I bow to you, O light. What am I bowing about? It's important we understand that although we have the power to do something, we have the energy to do something, we have the money to do something, we have the formula to do something. It's like going out in a dark night and trying to go searching for a coin you lost during the day. What is going to prohibit you from finding it? There is no light. But you have the ability to search. You can walk. You can do anything, but you have no light, and as such, you are incapacitated. You're limited. But the minute someone turns on a light, bingo, everything goes. Lakshmi is that light that shows the way. Not for us to find something that we lose, but to find ourselves in the process of living to be a good human being. I must tell you a little story about the man who loses something and sometimes how we search. A man was driving in a car and noticed as he drove by, another man was under a light post and he was looking for something. So the man who was driving by said, "Oh my, he looks like he must have lost something. Let me stop and help him." So the man gets out and goes over to him and says, "What are you looking for?" He says, "I lost a diamond." "Oh my God, when did you lose it?" "About an hour ago." And okay, the man starts searching and searching. They searched for about 3 hours and they couldn't find it. And he says, "Can you describe it to me?" He told him how pretty it is and he bought it for his wife. It's going to be a special gift. And he says, "How long have you been searching?" The man who was searching says, "For all this evening I've been searching." "Where have you been searching?" "Over here." He said, "Yes." So then the fellow said, "How did you get here?" He says, "Well, I was coming on the bus and the bus dropped me off over there where it's dark. And so why are you searching over here for the diamond?" He said, "Well, because there's light over here." You didn't get that yet, did you? He dropped off the bus where it was dark. He dropped the diamond there, but he went over there because there was light there, looking for the diamond that is over there in the dark. As such, many of us sometimes are looking for the diamond in the darkness and not going to where the diamond is. And it doesn't matter how much light we have on, we'll never see the diamond in the darkness because there is darkness in our minds. So if we're looking for that good, don't look for it in someone else, please. Look for it in ourselves. There are husband and wives who are having problems, and many of them I've had the opportunity to talk to. One will say, "Pandit, they have to change." And the other will say, "Yes, they have to change." And I will say, "Yes, change has to happen." But my statement is totally different from the statement they've made. They're saying A must change, and A is saying B must change, and I'm saying there must be change. And I'm saying A and B have to change. Not B trying to change A or A trying to change B. A must decide, I need to change. B must decide, I need to change. And only then will there be change. That too is Lakshmi. When we are blessed by Lakshmi, we have that joy and happiness and love that comes with understanding and forgiving. 99% of the conflicts within families, husband and wife, and young people are not because they don't like each other. I must tell you, in the early days when I was going to school over here, I used to go to the courts at night because I was very interested in being a lawyer. And I would listen to the divorce stories, late night court. And there was always a case whereby one of the defendants will stand in the court and says, "Your Honor, I love him, but I don't like it when he does these things. So I want to be divorced." You love him, but you don't like. And people get married for love. The world is full of love marriages, right? And then they discover they don't like each other. But in the olden days, people didn't love each other. They didn't even like each other. They got together and then they learned to love each other. As such, we take everything out of context, and our love belongs to us. And by the way, we will be hurt, we will be offended, we will be demeaned, we will be prosecuted, persecuted. All of that must not take away our love that we have. We must still continue to love regardless of what we have faced. In Bhagavad Gita, in conclusion tonight, this is a very famous shloka that we chant here in this mandir quite often. Adveshta sarva bhutanam maitrah karuna evacha. Bolo.
Nirmamo nirahankara samadukha sukha chami.
Samadukha sukha chami. Chama means to forgive. Dukha or sukha, whatever pains or what be brought to us by the actions of others, we must forgive them instantly. All the great souls that came to this world, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, so the story says that when Nathuram shot him, he said, Jai Ram. If we go back to Christianity, Christ on the cross says, forgive them, O Lord, they know not what they do. All the great souls that exist forgive and forget. Many of us forgive, but we don't forget. I'll forgive you, but I'll always remember what you did to me, you know. Remember what you caused me the other day? Forgive and forget. That too is Lakshmi. When we can forgive those who trespass against us, when we can love those who are in need, when we can give care and affection at all times without any expectation, we are wealthy. We are Lakshmi. We are Lakshmi. We all are, men and women, all of us are Lakshmi. In the state of giving, Vishnu is the giver, is the sustainer, Lakshmi the giver. Shakti Mata ki Jai. Please join me in a simple tune dedicated to the Divine Mother. If anyone has brought prasad that was not offered, please bring your prasad now to Pandit Tiwari, and then we will chant it. Chandram hiranyahi Lakshmi Jat Vedo Maava Bolo Jai the family that sponsors tonight that we will have some Chowki program. So for the next 15 minutes, we shall be chanting Chowki bhajans. So please do join with us. Can you get the slides to the bhajans? Where it is, please? Go, 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 go. Keep going. Keep going. Okay, go back. That same one is good. Good.
जय दुर्गे मैया तेरी जय दुर्गे मैया भक्त करे तेरे द्वारों मैया दे दे दरस एक बार ओ मैया दे दे दरस एक बार जय दुर्गे मैया तेरी जय दुर्गे मैया बोलो जय दुर्गे मैया जय दुर्गे मैया
Now we have to be happy when we're chanting. मुस्कुराना ही है. Everybody pay attention. Let's sing together. बजाओ.
जय दुर्गे मैया तेरी जय दुर्गे स्माइल कम ऑन जय दुर्गे मैया तेरी जय दुर्गे मैया तेरी जय दुर्गे मैया भक्त करे तेरे द्वारों मैया दे दे दरस एक बार ओ मैया दे दे दरस एक बार अखियां में प्यास लगी दिल में लगनवा लेके मुरादे आई तेरी शरणवा लेके मुरादे आई तेरी शरणवा लेके मुरादे आई तेरी शरणवा तेरी शरणवा कटे गोली पसार मैया दे दे दरस एक बार ओ मैया दे दे दरस एक बार जय दुर्गे मैया तेरी जय दुर्गे मैया 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 दीदा की झलक माँ दिखा दो इसका से मन की कृष्णा मिटा दो इसका से मन की कृष्णा मिटा दो इत्या से मन की कृष्णा मिटा दो मांगे तुम्हारा प्यार मैया दे दे दरस एक बार ओ मैया दे दे दरस एक बार जय दुर्गे मैया तेरी जय दुर्गे मैया 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 भक्त करे दरबार ओ मैया दे दे दरस एक बार ओ मैया दे दे दरस एक बार कोई निराश तेरे घर से न जाए मन की मुराद को हर कोई पाए मन की मुराद को हर कोई पाए सच्चा तेरा दरबार ओ मैया दे दे दरस एक बार ओ मैया दे दे दरस एक बार जय दुर्गे मैया तेरी जय दुर्गे मैया जय दुर्गे मैया तेरी जय दुर्गे मैया
No. I'll play. You play, you sing. Go play.
माँ तेरी ममता कितनी प्यारी, कितना प्यार जगाती है, कितना प्यार जगाती है। माँ तेरी ममता कितनी प्यारी, कितना प्यार जगाती है, कितना प्यार जगाती है। श्वास श्वास की रक्षा करती, श्वास श्वास की रक्षा करती, पग पग प्राण बचाती है, कितना प्यार जगाती है। माँ तेरी ममता कितनी प्यारी, कितना प्यार जगाती है, कितना प्यार जगाती है।
wonderful note to end our satsang on. Kitna pyar jagati hai. Maa teri mamata kitna pyari. When I pray to you, O mother, look how much love is aroused in me. Kitna pyar jagati hai. The more loving we are, the more loving we become. We become what we practice. If we practice hate, we become hate. If we practice greed, we become greed. If we practice animosity, we become. If we practice love, we become love. कितना प्यार जगाती है. तू बालक गोद में लेकर जीवन गीत सुनाती है. Oh mother, take us your children into your lap and जीवन गीत सुनाती है. Sing to us the song of life. What's the song of life? I love you, you love me, we love you, they love you. Anybody did Latin? Anytime? Amo, amas, amat, amamus, amatis, amant. It means I love, we love, they love, he love, he, she, or it loves. In Hindi and Sanskrit, you have the same thing in the Devanagari script too, in the conjugation of the words. As such, why is it that when we were learning Latin, that was the one word they gave us? Amo, amas, amamus, amatis, amant. It was because Latin was the language of the religion, like Sanskrit is the language of this religion. So when we were taught in school, we were taught that, but the one word they chose was the word called love. Only if we could practice it. So remember, we are what we practice. We are what we eat also. And we are what we think and what we practice. So if we want to be loving, then we have to think love, act love, and practice love at all times. Shakti Mata Ki Jai. Let me take this opportunity to thank all of you for joining us here tonight. And we invite you to join us tomorrow night as we continue with Navratri Puja. Slide, please. We are back up. Next one, I guess. We want to remind you that Navratri continues next. Navratri continues until Naumi, which is on the 30th. Ashtami is on the 29th. And of course, all of the programmings will be there. We are looking for volunteers to help us with spring cleaning. This is on April 1st. Next slide, please. Hanuman Jayanti, of course, is on April 5th. Please mark the date in your calendar. And programs will be here on the Monday from 6 to 9 p.m. We are looking for people who want to generally become engaged, to give their love by doing seva, helping out in the mandir. If you would like to be a general volunteer, you must be 19 years and over to volunteer for this program. If you're under 19, that 18 and down, you are part of our student volunteer program, which we do have also for students to get their 40 hours for graduating from high school. But we are looking for adults who want to volunteer to help out in any activity in the mandir. For instance, this program requires planning. There is preparation of the meals, packaging of the meals, distribution of the meals, tidying up afterwards, making sure the prasad is ready, making sure the mandir is decorated. All of this work of all the decoration of this mandir are done by a few hard-working, dedicated people. Let's give them a big hand, please. Just imagine if you had the privilege to help to decorate the murtis. That is a privilege. It's open to you. All you have to do is sign up, and then when the next time comes, they will call you. Then there is just cleaning this mandir. All of the walls from time to time needs to be wiped. This mandir has to be vacuumed thoroughly. We do our best, but it needs a thorough spring cleaning from time to time. All these chairs that we sit on all through the year, they need a little bit of sanitizing once in a while. And as such, simple things like that. And of course, we will need to clean the entire perimeter of the yard, spring cleaning there. We need to do all the glasses, spring cleaning, like you spring clean your home. But Bhitar Bahar Ujala. We want inside the mandir and outside to look just as bright. So if you want to volunteer and help in any of these projects, we need you. Just scan the QR code and it will work for you. Fill out the code, fill out the form, and your name will be registered. To the best of my knowledge, since we've been announcing this, I think we only have 10 people volunteered. Only 10. So that's a very low number. We're looking for 100 people to volunteer. Hopefully by the end of Navratri, we will have 100 people signed up. And by the way, you don't have to work all year. You may work for one project. You may work every day, every week, every month, whichever it is you choose to get involved in, so it will be scheduled accordingly. Next. Satyanarayana Puja and Katha will be on Purnima on April 5th. And Navgraha Puja, first in the month of April, is April 8th. We have a feedback portal on our website. For you to give feedback, you can criticize and complain, or make positive comments. All are welcome. All classes are open for registration. Please check with the front office. तैयार है कितना? We have at least 10 or 12 thalis prepared for Aarti. Sabhi log khade ho jaye. Everyone please stand for Aarti. And we have a sanitizing team tonight. Is? Very good, ladies. Stand in the middle. Let them walk by you, please. We may need someone to direct the Aarti also.
उज्ज्वल से नैना चंद्र बदननी को ओम जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी ओम जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी कनक समान कलेवर रक्तांबर साजे रक्त पुष्प गलमाला कंचन पर साजे ओम जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी
ओम जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी
के हरि वाहन राजत करज कपरधारी सुर नर मुनि जन सेवत तिनके दुखहारी ओम जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी ओम जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी कारण कुंडल शोभित नासागे मोती कोटिक चंद्र दिवाकर राजत समज्योति ओम जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी ओम जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी शुंभ निशुंभ सुलगा की धूम्र विलोचन नैना निस दिन मधुमाती। ओम जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी। जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी। 64 योगिनी गावत नित्य करत भयो बाजत ताल मृदंगा और बाजत डमरू। ओम जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी। ओम जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी। भुजाचार अति शोभित वरमुदाधारी मन वांछित फल पावत सेवत नर नारी। ओम जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी। ओम जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी। कंचन ताल विराजत अगर कपूर बागी के विराजत ज्योति रतन ज्योति। ओम जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी। ओम जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी। ओम प्रियत जी की आरती जो कोई नर गावे कहत शिवानंद स्वामी सुख संपत्ति पावे। ओम जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी। ओम जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी। बोलो सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वत वासिनी सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वत वासिनी सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वत वासिनी सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वत वासिनी। तेरा पार न पाया तेरा पार न पाया। शक्ति माता की जय। सभी लोग हाथ जोड़कर देखो और सुनो। We clasp our hands in front of our chest. This is the ideal way to pray. We bow our heads. We ask the Divine Mother, Lakshmi Ma, to bless us with that Lakshmi, the light to be loving, the light to be understanding, the light to be forgiving and compassionate. Hari Om, Hari Om. Please listen to the voices of Dhruv and Rudra and Jasmine as they will lead us in closing prayer.
त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देवा त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देवा। जयन्ती मङ्गलाकारि भद्रकाली कपालिनी दुर्गा क्षमा शिवा धात्री स्वाहा स्वधा नमोस्तुते स्वाहा स्वधा नमोस्तुते ॐ द्यौ शान्तिरन्तरिक्षं शान्ति पृथिवी शान्तिरापः शान्ति ऋषयः शान्ति वनस्पतय शान्ति विश्वदेव शान्ति ब्रह्मा शान्ति सर्वगुण शान्ति शान्तिरेव शान्ति शान्तिरेव।
शीश झुकाकर धरती पर प्रणाम। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वर गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्माम् अमृतं गमय। सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्।
बोलिए सियापति रामचंद्र भगवान की जय, पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय, राधा कृष्ण भगवान की जय, गणपति भगवान
की जय,
लक्ष्मी नारायण भगवान
की जय,
सरस्वती माता की
जय,
शंकर भगवान की जय, जगदम्बे मैया की जय। बोलिए सब संतन की जय, सतगुरुदेव महाराज की जय, अपने अपने माता पिता की जय, धर्म की जय हो, अधर्म का नाश हो, प्राणियों में सद्भावना हो, विश्व का कल्याण हो, धरती माता की जय हो, भारत माता की जय हो। ओम नमः
पार्वती पते हर हर महादेव हर हर महादेव। श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय।
बोले व्यास जी महाराज की जय।
मन शांति, आसन लीजिए, आराम करें 5 मिनट में। 5 मिनट में बैठ। We are very, very thankful for all of you coming here today, and we thank the sponsors today who will sponsor Priti Bhojan and our Shrotas. And we have a young lady who has joined us, Parveen. Parveen, okay, who will do for us one bhajan. Please give her your full attention, please. Bhajan guy.
सभी लोग पूज्य महाराज जी से प्रसाद लेकर जाएं।
जगदम्बिके जय जय जग जननी माँ, जगदम्बिके जय जय जग जननी माँ। क्या मन हर नाम सुहाया है, क्या मन हर नाम सुहाया है। मालूम सब कुछ माँ चरणों पर मेरे मन कोई भाया है। जगदम्बिके जय जय जग जननी जगदम्बिके जय जय जगजननी माँ जय माँ जय माँ जय माँ जय माँ गुरुदेव के अंदर पेट की माँ तुमने केलों को केलाता उस मंजुल वेश में आकर के उस मंजुल वेश में आकर के पतियों को गले लगाया है जगदम्बिके जय जय जगजननी माँ जय माँ जय माँ जय माँ जय माँ श्री राम तू है श्री कृष्ण तू है दुर्गा काली श्री राधा तू जय माँ जय माँ जय माँ ब्रह्मा विष्णु शिव शंकर में तेरा ही तेज सहाया है जगदम्बिके जय जय जगजननी माँ जय माँ जय माँ जय माँ हो नाम शिखर मेरा और पास है शक्ति तिहारी शरणों में मुझ अदम पतित है दुखियों को मुझ अदम पतित है दुखियों को करुणा कर हीरे लगाया है जगदम्बिके जय जय जगजननी माँ क्या मन हर नाम सुहाया है क्या मन हर नाम सुहाया है वारूं सब कुछ माँ चरणों पर मेरे मन को ये भाया है जगदम्बिके जय जय जगजननी माँ जय 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 माँ जय